It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston Texans, and NRG Stadium. And thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Buckle up, partner. I think this is going to be an aerial show. Both of these teams giving us the hint that the ball's going to be in the air a lot in this one.
Oh, no question. I think both teams were very clear in our weekly meetings that that was going to be the plan. And what we see right now in today's modern football, Mike, is the direct correlation between explosive plays, in this case, two teams that rely on those explosives coming in the passing game, and the direct ability to score points. At the end of the day, this is who can score the most points. And if you want to score points today, it's going to become by throwing the ball deep downfield as often as you can.
Cameron Dicker has the ball teed up as we get underway. And off we go from Houston. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
You could certainly make the case, Mike, that he had one of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in NFL history. Not so much just his personal play, but he has completely rejuvenated that Houston Texans locker room and that Houston Texans organization. It was incredible watching him as a rookie. Tell you what, though, I think he's even more capable here in his second year under center.
He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Man in motion is Brown. And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. They'll come up now for second down and 4. A run here with Mixon. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. To the left side, and caught by Schultz. Pick up there of 19 yards. It's good for a Texans first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Off the RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 22-yard line.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That's complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
He is in. Go Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Grandma was in there, auntie was in there, mama had triple A. I wasn't scared to crash anyone in the way. Mama had a shotty while bro had a toilet. In the way, I got a
now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
His skill set can be determined by the letter A. Arm talent, accurate, athletic. And he's got a kind of aura about him. There's something special that they know. When he's under center, we have a shot. First-round pick. He's got everything you want for the quarterback position. He needs to take that next step from being a legitimate, bona fide franchise quarterback to a superstar in the NFL.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Jeff Okudah, former 3rd overall pick in the draft, there on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Pistol here for Herbert. He'll get that complete to Donald Parham. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
He gets this one complete to Johnston. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll run it with Edwards. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Herbert now on 1st down. That's complete. It's Lad McConkey. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit.
And he's in! Donald Parham, touchdown Chargers.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chargers come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready now for their second drive. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On play action, Stroud. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard that sets up 3rd down.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. Third down, 3 to go. Stroud. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
So, on fourth down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. On the return for the Chargers, it's Darius Davis. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll run to begin this drive. It's Edwards. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Now Herbert throwing on 2nd down. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. He'll try and run for the 1st down with Edwards. And that's going to be enough to move the chains. 1st down, up past the 35.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Los Angeles.
Shotgun now for Herbert. He's got Parham, his tight end. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
As that play unfolded, Mike, I thought he was going to have a chance to find the end zone for the 2nd time here today. And I'll be honest, if I'm the play caller, at the end of this drive, I might give him one more shot at the end zone. But either way, they got to be thinking coming away here with 6.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They bring their tight end right. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. He's got it at the 3. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll try to run this one in. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. 1st down.
1st and goal, Los Angeles.
They'll run here with Edwards. A dive, and he's in. Gus Edwards. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Makes the score, Chargers 14, Texans 7.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10.
Say don't play with me, but I still gamble with it. We getting right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention.
They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. Now Stroud. Backs to his tight end, Schultz. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Throwing is Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chargers offense and Gus Edwards heading back on the field for the next drive. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Herbert to throw on 2nd down. To the left side, catch made by McConkey. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. From the gun, it's Herbert. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. Here's King to return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Texans offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Here's Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Back to throw, Stroud. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Stroud. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. Open man downfield is Brown. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
A 43-yard attempt.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans are back within 4 at 14-10. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And they'll bring them down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll give it to Dobbins. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
Texans offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll go play action with Stroud. And that ball out of reach. toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. Third down coming up.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's first and goal. They'll run here with Mixon. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. Here now, second down and goal. Again, it'll be Mixon. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up third and goal. Here's Stroud. The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
You have to wonder if we look back at the end of this game, Mike, and say, was this a prime opportunity for this offense that they blew after that third down sack? An opportunity to take the lead here late in the game, and instead, I think there's a real decision about whether or not they should just take the 3 and chip away at this lead.
Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans are back within a point. It's 14-13.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. Yeah! He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with first and 10. Now, Herbert. That's to the big tight end, Parham. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. On play action now, Herbert. That's over the middle and intercepted.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
The Texans offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the handoff, it's Mixon. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Junior Colson there to make the stop. 3rd and long. Stroud gonna set up to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. What that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones. And if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart. Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense ready to take over once more. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. Pistol here for Herbert. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Now Herbert throwing on 2nd down. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. They set up the screen for Dobbins. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on 3rd down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard, they time it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the 1st down.
Herbert to the air again. He's got Parham, his tight end. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the give, it's Edwards. And he's going to have the first down yardage across the 50 to the 48.
To the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 6. First down, Chargers.
Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past. But here, you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now a play fake. Herbert. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
On 3rd and long, it's Herbert. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Looking middle, and he'll get it complete to McConkey. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal. Here's a run. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Tight end going in motion here. Shotgun now for Herbert. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up 3rd and goal.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he's going nowhere on this one. Met and dropped behind the line, and now it is 4th and goal.
That 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
And this one right down the middle. It's good. They move out front and take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. Here's Steven Sims to return it. He'll get this up to the 20-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Stroud. And he gets that one complete to Collins. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this fourth quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. Give running right. It is Mixon. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here's Mixon. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So, 3rd down, forthcoming.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Mixon. And he's into the end zone. Go Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. At his 2nd touchdown tonight. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal.
No challenge flags in the last 2 minutes from the sideline. All second looks will come from replay, and I think the referee's been buzzed here to get another look at this call, and it is a big one.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. Here we go, 1st and goal. Schultz is the motion man. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with 1 minute and 6 to go in this one. Backed up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Stroud. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
Now, Stroud. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Davis now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here is 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their second. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. They'll come up now for 2nd down. From the gun, it's Herbert. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing again, Herbert. He's going to look for the home run ball. And the Texans will take over possession here at the 44.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Texans as we say, so long from Houston.